collectors. Today we're going to be talking about the DC Multiverse Batman Nightmare and Batman Armor Suit. Now this is the dual pack from Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. This is the gold label McFarlane Collector Edition. So on the top we have the Batman vs. Superman logo. On the bottom we have the UPC code. And we see this is collectors age 17 plus. We have the Warner Brothers and DC logos with a couple of disclaimers on the side of the box. We have McFarlane Collector Edition, Batman Nightmare Armor Suit, Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. And we see this is 02 in the size set. On the side we have the Batman Nightmare and Armor Suit. On the back we have both pictures of Armored and a Nightmare Edition. So let's get it on the scale and see how much it weighs. So the set itself is coming in at 1 pound, 13.6 ounces. So let's get it out of the box and see how cool it is.
Hey, open, damn it, open!
Now to get it out of the box, you'll cut 2 pieces of tape at the top, pull that tab out, and then also cut 2 pieces of tape on the side here. Let's see, we just pop that off and pop that and pull it out. Now this set does come with a little bit of a diorama of the city that Superman and Zod fought. I wanted to say Lord Zod, but it was General Zod. He takes that Lord title later down the line. And a couple of other comic books he's taken it. But we can see here, we have that nice background. Now, what is cool is they didn't put any cards or stands on that, so it can remain on your shelf. Now, we'll go ahead and get this box out of the way, and then we'll go ahead and look at the figures. So the first thing we'll do is bring in the base here. We can see this base has been used before. We see we have 2 stands, excuse me. And we have the 2 peg holes there. And that's it. Just 2 in the middle. None on the side. So as far as the Nightmare Batman goes, this one is a little bit different because its head is all wrapped up like we saw before. In this Nightmare version, we have a single version that is on sale. The 2-pack is just a little bit different. So all we do is just put it on the stand here. And we have the armored version of Batman with the smashed face. We can see it. You fell down. Now the armored Batman version cape does come out wired. And it is tattered. We can see here. Pretty good wingspan for that. So not that bad. We take these figures and put them in the back. We can take a look at the accessories here. And here is the Nightmare version front of the card. And the back. And here is the armored version of the card front. And the back. So very nice looking set. And yes, it's very cool. Like I said, this is nice, but I probably won't use it on my display shelf. So we have the Nightmare version here, and here is the single version. And you can see, other than the head, it is the same figure. Now, this one only comes with weapons, whereas this one came with his binoculars here and an extra head, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, he came with these goggles. That's right. So this guy does come with weapons, however, no holsters. We did see him hold the gun and shoot it in the movie. Very nice. And one of the unique things he comes with is this crossbow. To simulate, I guess, the kryptonite canister, but he used this weapon to deliver the canisters. And I'm not really remembering if I ever saw this in the movie. I know we saw the machine gun in the movie, being this one. Remember him shooting and feeling that, oh, Batman using a weapon. But, you know, these Batmans are on a different path than the current comic books. A lot of people's morals go out the window when faced with certain situations. So this Batman had to face other things and has always used guns, to tell you the truth, because the Batmobile had them. The Bat-cycle, the jet, everything had weapons in it. Even the 89 version. So yeah, so this guy has his trench coat. And you'll see here the arms don't have any gap guards in them because this pretty much covers up any gaps. But the arms do come out to a nice T-pose, bicep swivel, double bend in the elbows, wrist on a ball-jointed peg hinge. So just be wary where you do that because you could snap it off. Now the head looks up a little bit and down a little bit. It doesn't do really much because of that mask here. Now, as far as the waist is concerned, just like the other one, does a pretty good ab crunch. Can rotate there at the ab and the waist. Now, as far as splits goes, it does a pretty good split. Forward and back. Does a little bit of twist there. Double bend at the knee. Boot has full tread on it, except for in the middle. You have this double ball jointed peg hinge, so you get a little rotation there, and you get a little rotation at the bottom. Like I said before, be careful when you do that because you could break it off because of this. The way the designs, you can just twist it and snap it off because it is just a little piece of plastic that keeps it in there. Now, the fact that he doesn't come with stands kind of makes it bad. He does have a toe band, by the way. Very small one at the very end. But other than that, not a bad Batman. Very nice. Now, as far as the armored version of Batman goes, this version looks very screen accurate, just like the Knightmare version. And just like the prior version, except for the head. So the cape and everything is exactly the same. Connects to the same area, has the same type of wired cape. Now here's the back. See, we have this strap here. It is on there, glued on. It's not a piece of cloth. Very nice details in the armor, the suit. See the legs here. I mean, they did a lot of great details in these figures. That's why they're definitely sought after. Yeah, it could have been made into one set with different heads. However, we have yet to see that from McFarlane Toys. Faceplates, yes. Heads, no. Now, yeah, it's very nicely detailed. I'm loving it. The rotation at the hips, double bend in the knees, ankles on a ball-jointed hinge. Still the same issue with the weird-looking ankle. Very skinny with a big boot. Does have these very nice spikes on the bottom of the boot and has a toe bend for that. Now, as far as the waist is concerned, does a very good ab crunch forward and back. Spins at the top of the waist and at the ab crunch. Nice T-pose. Swings around at that arm. Bicep swivel. Single bend in the elbow. Wrist on a peg hinge. Ball jointed mostly in the gauntlet here. But it does allow a little bit of movement back and forth. Now, as I said before, this Batman comes with this nice canister set. So you can just put this in there. And believe me, this thing is tough to get in. It's very tight. But it is the weapon that he was using to deliver the kryptonite canisters. And then we also have his grapple gun. So it's very cool that they did include that. However, this is not the grapple gun that he had in the movie. This is not screen accurate. Because if you remember, it looked more like an actual pistol than this one. I do not know where this one came from. Maybe it's used in the future version. But no, not screen accurate. But it goes with it. Still nice. So remember, as always, to like, subscribe, and keep collecting. Okay, here we have the figures right in front of their counterparts, and here we have the rest of the line. We have Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman in the background. So remember, as always, like, subscribe, and keep